Alright, what is up YouTube? HDJ here. And I'm coming at you guys with a Harpie deck profile for the month of March. So yeah, very short, sweet, and to the point because most stuff has not changed. And actually we're still waiting on the ban list. Well the OTG is waiting for a ban list. I think ours won't change till May. So or last I checked it said May. But then again, TCG changes theirs whenever they feel like it, so either for May. Anyway, it's time to go ahead and take a look at what I've been just holding around with for the Harpie deck. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and go through it. So, starting off is the monster lineup, and it is 3 copies of our Girl Harpie Channeler, followed by 3 copies of Harpie Presumer, 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1, then 2 copies of Harpie's Fate Dragon, the Fearsome Fireball has, 1 copy of Harpie Harpist, 1 copy of Harpie Oracle, and 1 copy of Harpie Lady Sisters. Then for the last bit of monsters, 2 copies of Joel and Lockbird, and 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So that is it for the monsters. I'm going to go ahead and move on into the spell. Alright, for the spell cards, we're rocking triple copies of Hysteric Sign, triple copies of Alien Egotist, 1 copy of Harpie's Hunting Ground, 1 copy of Harpie's Feather Esther, 1 copy of Harpie's Feather Rest, 1 copy of Alluring Mirror Split, 2 copies of Swallow's Calray, and 2 copies of Swallow's Nest. Alright, that is it for the spell. And then we're going to move on into the traps. We have triple copies of Harpie's Feather Storm. Then the new edition, I'm adding triple copies of Infinity Impermanence and 2 copies of Hysteric Party. And that is it for the traps. Moving on into the extra deck. Double copies of Cyber Slash Harpie Lady. Then 1 copy of Harpie Conductor. 1 copy of Winnie the Wind Charmer Verdant, 1 copy of Heavis Vulgar, the Desert Doom Eagle, 1 copy of Appaloosa, the Bow of the Goddess, 1 copy of Tri Brigade Fergix, the Verdant Blossom, 1 copy of Harpie Pet Pentacle Dragon, 1 copy of Lightning Chidori, 1 copy of Ice Beast Zero Sign, 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Digestal Emerald, 1 copy of Make a Fan of Draco Sack, 1 copy of Great Raptor Arsenal Falcon, and 1 copy of Double A Zeus Sky. Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus Sky Thunder. So, alright, that is it for the main and the extra. The main deck is a total of 40 cards, the extra deck is a total of 15. So, let's go through it. So, starting off with the monster lineup, of course, Harpie Chandler, who's here to special summon our Harpie monsters. And oh my god, there's like really any like lighting, and I don't understand why. So I do apologize for that. I don't know why it's darker than it's supposed to be, but it is very, very fairly dark. But yeah, triple copies of Harpie, Cyrus of Harpie Lady 1, of course, because she is the summoner of the deck, getting any Harpie monster from the deck to the field by discarding a Harpie card from your hand. Changes her level to 7 when there is a dragon type monster on the field. So, of course, that ensues more combination of plays. And Harpie Chandler literally is one of the best Harpies in the game because she actually ties with Harpie Perfumer for that title because Perfumer allows you to add spells and traps. You can list Harpie Lady Sisters in this text from your deck to your hand. And if you control a level 5 or higher Harpie monster, when she activates this effect, you can add an additional card but with a different name. So the thing about it is that if you have a high level Harpie already on the board and you summon Perfumer, then you're able to add 2 cards instead of 1. And the thing about it is that this is a Perfumer definitely helps you get the Elegant Egotist as soon as you possibly can. That way you can scrap up to a lot of your pieces. You can go into a lot of your synchros, your fusions, your synchros, your exceeds, or your link monsters as much as possible. So you get the combination between these two Harpies being primarily the biggest focus of your deck. All right. Then going from them, Harpy Lady 1. Now, I'm not running vanilla Harpy Lady, even though she is an option, especially because I have deck I still run the extra deck. But Harpy Lady 1 is basically here to give additional 300 attack to all wind monsters on the board. So does help out tremendously um, with that factor. Now, the other thing about Harpy Lady 1 is that, of course, she's your target for elegant. Is why I'm running two variations of Harpy Lady to be, well, the targets for Harpy, for elegant Egotists, which is Harpy Lady 1, and then Harpy Lady Sisters. Um, I mean, you can run vanilla Harpy Lady if you want to. I just get a little more out of, Harpy Lady 1 because of the additional attack power. That's just the preference of how people build their deck. So, alright, moving on from Harpy Lady. And the double copies of Harpy's Pet Dragon Throw Some Fire. Since this is one of the questions that I was like, do I want to just drop it to one so I can add in more spells and traps, or do I want to just keep it at the two? And I honestly will keep it at the two just because of the fact that majority of the monsters in his deck are going to be level 6 or lower wind monsters. So you can just summon this card with ease. The combinations it has for both Chandler and Perfumer and Oracle are great, so you can synergize those there. The ability to send Harpers to the grave, because I was considering bringing Harpers up to 2 as well, since the last time I built this, but because I need more support with hand traps and stuff, I'm just going to relegate that to 1, so that at least the dragon is still playable in the deck, even though I mean it was going to be playable regardless, because I mean all the things it can summon itself off of. But really, Harpy's Pet Dragon Thirst of Fire is here just to be another extender to the deck, while sitting in defense mode. Yay! But yeah, that is Dragon. One Harpist, one Oracle, and one Sisters. So with Harpist, basically you're just fleshing out your deck so you can get into your combos to Harpy Perfumer, Harpy Channeler. She's discarded by a whole bunch of effects, so it's not too hard to put her in the grave. And the other thing about Harpist is that, of course, the interactions he has with Harpy's Pet Dragon, because that way it's a free drop on that and an in-phase research. Harpy Oracle, like I said, with Dragon, while she has fewer targets, the best thing in that is that there's just easier, you can easily just summon her. Um, and it still helps you with the combo play. The recovery for your Harpy card in your graveyard does help out tremendously as well, because you can get back your Elegant Egotists, you can get back your Alluring Mirror splits, your Harpy Feather Eyes, so you don't have much to worry about um, in terms of that. And if you do have your bigger Harpies on the board, she's just a free summon, so you can go into more extended play. Harpy Lady Sisters, now why most people our fingers crossed for that Harpy Lady Sisters retrain. I am still running Harpy Lady Sisters because it's still a useful monster, but it's not a useful monster that you would want multiples of it because you can break into this really bad, and you don't want to do that. But Harpy Lady Sisters, this is the target off of, for Elegant Egotist, so you can have a level 6 or higher Harpy, 5 or higher Harpy on the board that Oracle and Perfumer effects can activate. You can get the benefits from those. Well, Sisters does not have relatively any big uses at this point in time. That's where you would want to run multiples of Sisters and stuff like that. I would honestly just suggest the one of, if not, just run an additional dragon. If you're Knight 2, you need the additional support. But at free elegant, gets target is something I just cannot pass up. So that is it for them. And in the hand chats of choice are Drone Lockbird and Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, simply because of the abilities that these cards bring to negate things that your opponent can do. And with the surplus of cards coming in and out of the deck in the game right now, you're going to need all the negation and all the support you can possibly get. Because, yeah, welcome to 2024, where you have to run a massive amount of hand traps, very little of your actual archetype, and then hope you draw into things without breaking. So, alright, that is it for the monsters. We're moving on into the spells. Um, Hysteric Sign in triple and Elegant Egotist in triple. I mean, there's not much to really say here. Ego is your max and special summon. Hysteric Sign is here to help you get out your Harpy card, um, get to your Allegheny, get to as fast as possible, or on the Sun to the Grave or being pitched to the grave, you're able to retrieve. You're able to add Harpy cards from your deck to your hand, so you don't have too many issues there um, with Allegheny with that part of Hysteric Sign. So yeah, with Hysteric Sign's own effect, Um, yeah, you got two easy ways to. You have another way just to keep Ellie and Ego just so you can explore the field. While Ego's targets are Harpy, for me, are Harpy Lady 1 and Harpy Lady Sisters. You know, you have your variety of Harpy monsters that will drop to the field to become Harpy Ladies, so you can easily play this card without ease. And running triples of this is great because the more you recycle and the more Harpy, the more times you retrieve your Ellie and Ego, the more targets you can put onto the board. All right, we're gonna move on from the two of them. We got a lot of one of and the other Harpy cards. From spell and chat removal, we have Hunting Ground, we have Harpy's Feather Duster. Then we have the Harpy's Feather Rest and the Alluring Mirror Splint. Split, you can easily just pop for card effects and then bring out more Harpies from the grave, while you have Harpy's Feather Rest to retrieve your Harpy Ladies in the graveyard and then draw cards from it. Similar to Harpy Perfumer, if you have the level 5 or higher Harpy monster on the board, you get an additional effect, which is just an additional draw. You're locked into Wind, but that should be perfectly fine because Wind, you have all these types of Wind monsters that have easy access to. So you're not missing out on much from that. And then, of course, we have the Swallows. We have Swallows Cowray and Swallows Nest. And I don't know if I was very vocal about Swallows Cowray, but I'll just be more vocal about it now. It's it's a significantly useful card for decks that can significantly use the swap out of your winged beast. Now, the reason why I am considering still running it in Harpy is because you can make the collections, build your graveyard for a static party, and then still get a benefit to getting Perfumer and Chandler to your hand as fast as possible. Um, but I feel like at that point you do need to run additional winged beasts. This is why I still suggest the card be used in stuff like Wanderers or Blackwing because they have a bigger pool, but their pool is still one thing that I do have an issue with Harpies, and I've said this before, is that I wish Harpies had more monsters that were able to such a summon themselves, because then it would make Solo's Cowray less of a negative than more of a positive, especially if we started having monsters similar to how, what is it, Gravekeepers have Gravekeeper Shaman, where they're able to such a summon the monsters from the graveyard, and that would be something that Harpies could definitely use. Is that if we got a Harpy monster that's a summon from the grave, it on her summon, then it would be a great addition to the deck. But unfortunately, we don't have those rights. But Solo's Power is supposed to help with that. And then Solo's Message is a tag out for a Wingy Beast for a Wingy Beast. And of course, that's just more fluctuation for Harpy combos itself. And getting out of dodge too. So, all right, we move on from those. Now we're going into our trap card. Now I'm going into the trap cards. Harpy's Feather Storm, of course, one of the most beneficial Harpy support cards um, for the Harpy archetype, literally just because of the fact that this negates monster effects like crazy. When Winged Beast monster Harpy in its name, you're dropping this card for free. Added bonus, if this card gets destroyed by a card effect, you can easily just add by an opponent's card effect while it's still drop card zone. You can add Duster from your graveyard from your deck to your hand, so that's an easy swap into getting your Harpy's Weather Duster. Now, moving on from Storm, of course, isn't going to be Impermanence, and I'm running a set of these because we definitely do need that negation as soon as possible, and this is definitely a great way to just help with that small and trap negation, because that is one of the other things, we got to deal with a lot of things that are activating their effects, so this is another one of those cards that definitely helps out with that. And another slot of things because I had to drop a whole lot of other cards to put it in there. And then last but not least is the Hysteric Party to bring the Harpy Ladies to the board as soon as possible from the grave so we can get a massive summon. And then we just pop off like crazy. So that's it for the main deck. Let's move on into the extra. Still rocking the double Cyber Slash and easy access to Arts and Grow Monster. bouncing back cards on the field with ease, and just a high level Harpie. Harpie Conductor, good for the defenses. Good, easy, quick summon from a link monster from into a link play. Protect your Harpie monster by destroying your own spells and traps, which triggers off your signs, or lower mirror point, and stuff like that. And another Harpy name, if any, Winnie the Wind Channeler, because we love wind. Winnie can be very useful because now people are running Draw on Lockbird, so you can fill the Draw on Lockbird and then exceed into your own monsters in combination with that. That's why I'm still running the Desperate Doom Eagle, because we don't have some work. I love for some work to come back, but unfortunately, some work cannot come back in TTG. So we just have to deal with Havoc and Havoc does have its good uses because the quick effect to return monsters in your opponent's graveyard back into the deck can be useful because you can make some of their cards miss timing or miss a target, and it is very easy to help with that. So the Doom Eagle stays around. Appaloosa for her negation. I am running Sheets, the Burning Blossom, because she combos so well with the Harpy archetype. Getting Winged Beast from my hand to the field just extends more of the link plays, and it helps me get into Appaloosa, the Bow of the Goddess, as soon as possible. I was trying to figure out a rank for monster to put in here, but my options are very limited, and especially if combos tend to go the way they do. I was going to try Midnight Crusadia again. I had Unchained Abomination. I mean, there's so many different rank boards, but cure, a lot of them cater to either the monsters being effect monsters. You need to have two or more monsters with a different name, or you're already surviving the issue of. Hold on, let me move this up just a bit. Actually, let me move this up a bit. You guys can see that a little better. There we go. So yeah, there's like a lot of issues with dealing with extra deck monsters for link monsters because a lot of them require so many different things to link summon. Okay, and actually I do need this. Okay, so then moving on from there, Harpy Pet Phantasmal Dragon, because it's a Harpy extra deck support card, just like Lightning Chidori to get rid of set cards and then put cards on top of the deck. Zero fine for her negation and being a giant beater. Abyss Dwellers joining the party because graveyard effects are still a massive thing. And I know graveyard effects are becoming a thing with Snake Eye and stuff like that. So any monster that can help out with that is welcomed in deck. The new addition, of course, is Daggerspell Emerald, and Emerald is here because of the fact that recovery tends to be an issue, and if you can get your non-Harpy monsters back into the deck as soon as possible, and draw off of that benefits. Make a fan of each Jogo sack for the tokens, and you can exceed off of them. Right after Arsenal Falcon for additional summons. And then when all else fails, removal of the full field. The Double A's Sky Thunder. Alright, so with that said, I don't really have much to add on to this. Like I'm still, working on different cards and different strategies for the deck. So just take things one step at a time and just, prepare for when things, go good. That's the best thing I can say for you. So, okay, guys, with that said and done, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate you guys supporting the channel as always. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as it helps out tremendously. You hit the notification bell to be informed when I upload my content to the channel. The social media links are in the description box below. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them down there as well in the comment section. So thanks everybody for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.